You know, people for years, dating back to my birthday in 1979, it has always been a great accomplishment to be the HBCU. We always wondered out loud, how come they cheer so much to beat us, but we get no credit for beating them? Well, I think the article today published in the Analyst sheds light on that. I think it's time we go ahead and research that to see why it's so big of a deal to be the HBCU. More after the intro, of course, right? So we're gonna go back, right? We're gonna go back to 1979, the year Prairie View played Jackson State at Blackshear Field. Almost feels like it was that damn long since they played anywhere, because they ain't played in a couple of years. But this article was published not in '79, but published in today on the Analyst by Mr. I think it's Craig Haley. The article basically is this: which FCS programs have the most draft picks since 1979? It will surprise you who you would think is number one, right? Especially with the photo on the front. What this article basically goes on to show that out of the top 15 schools with the most draft picks in the FCS era, the Division I AA era, have mostly been HBCUs. It's not even a close debate. I think it's 12 out of the top 15, or maybe 11 out of the top 15, are HBCU schools. And don't worry, the link will be in the description below. I want everybody to understand that these schools have been putting out talent. You know what you need to do? You need to realize and recognize what's really going on. If these schools, led by Jackson's 42 draft picks since 1979, started with Ed Hardy in the draft pick, and these schools have situated themselves to be among the top NFL talent producing schools in the country in the FCS level, why are they not held in such high regard as schools like North Dakota State, schools like Montana State, South Dakota State, etc., etc.? Maybe it's recency biased. Maybe because of the fact that these schools, one in particular, has won a bunch of titles, and one in particular has placed two top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. So far, none have panned out. But they placed them into the NFL. Maybe this is something we need to figure out. Like I did that. Maybe we need to understand how to promote our schools better. Because it seems to me, with the amount of talent being put out into the NFL via these schools, you would think they would get more publicity. You can say to yourself, maybe it's because lack of government funding. Or you can say, maybe it's because locations. These schools are not in the most diverse or prosperous locations. Well, you can say that. You can definitely say the fact that most schools in the FCS are not placed in New York, in Miami, in Houston, stuff like that. But still, these schools need to get more recognition for what they put out. So how do we go about doing that? Well, we go about doing that by showing the schools in a positive light. If you're from those schools as a grad, show your school. Tell your school, tell your people how you feel. It's Coach Simmons. Promote your school. No one else will do it. I'm out.
So open your eyes.